Hello, and welcome to part 6 of our Titanic adventure as we build the Lego Titanic. And if you're wondering, gee, bag 6 and you've only finished that much? Well, there's a whole section of the ship that I have sent to another dock as the instructions say. We won't be getting back to that section for quite some time. The ship apparently comes in, is done in sections, so I'm on the second section. The first section was titled Bow and Well Deck. This section is titled, I believe it was Engine and Grand Staircase, maybe? Anyway, but the interesting parts are, yes, we have our engine room. The guide said that this section would include the pool. Remember, pools on the early ocean liners were not that big. They were below decks, and I mean, the pictures I've seen, like at the Queen Mary, they were deep, but not, big and fancy there. But so I'm expecting that this translucent blue area is our pool. That's the theory I'm going on. So anyway, let's get back to it. For those following along, this is bag 6. This is book 1 or box 1, bag 6, page 127, step 174. Slide this over here and start getting out some pieces. Over the weekend, I was at a Lego exhibit here in Cincinnati. I'm put on with the help of the brick man from Australia. Interesting creations he has, all inspiring. Everything from little small bits to huge pieces, builds in the tens and even hundreds of thousands of pieces, intricately detailed. Like his Sydney Opera House is incredible. But anyway, the reason that I mentioned him is in the exhibit he gives tips and tricks, and he stresses the importance of separating and sorting out your pieces. I've always heard the process called knolling. And so it was good to hear at least one expert advocate for this approach. Okay, now that I've gotten out what I need for this step. Now on the opposite end from where I think the pool is, and even with the pool, again, I could turn the ship around so it orients the same way as the directions, but I'm trying to make this visually interesting for you as well. I know that's going to be hard on this step since this is more of a flat deck. So since it is a flat deck, I am going to turn it around and make my life easier. Another one is 2x2s with the hole and rounded end. I think it goes right above the ones that came before too. Which means it, yeah, it is even with that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Go down flat. As always, not port and starboard. Helpful and fight you every step of the way. I swear it's a thing. It's green. Possibly pool deck with the pool. Even though that's blue, but that's flat. So I'm more inclined to still go with my theory of pool and pool deck. Try not. Do have okay. Two raised ones. Guess if we're to take the double with a flattened edge, then the one with it with a ridge, then a plain plate, which we know I know. Officially, 3 plates is a brick. That there. Again, stick with my Interesting piece here. A whistle. Let's see. Two of these, I think, I've heard people call them megaphones. Now we're trying to work our way back a little bit more. And the house give it some more structure and make it sturdier. Is A-okay in my book. There we go. Possibly maybe the start of our stairway. Where's the gate to keep the steerage passengers down below? Okay, one of those. Two of these. Interesting bracket. Another one of those. And four of these. Come on, guys. Looks like that mirrors itself on this side. These are only held on by one edge. I mean, I know it'll get more stability later, but in my mind, the more connection points, the better. Because when you press down hard on the edge that's not supported, you get that happening to you. Okay. I'm still going with that. That's the grand staircase. That's the pool. We have a pool deck, and we're building some support structure. Because it said that the grand staircase is a separation point for even after the building, and all these places have a hole in them. These carved off bits have a hole in them. I wonder if a big peg goes down there to hold it together eventually. No, the other two whistles. A piece I am totally not seeing. My heads are because I'm using them here. Totally not seeing those. We'll go with these and check my spare parts array here. No. Go with those and see how it works out. make one of these again. Okay, that. Then the ridged end. The normal plate. And it goes right where I would expect it to. I have. Right above the other one. Yep, I'm blue that is making our stairway. Especially when I flank it with these. That's one way to do it. Fling it across the yard. Yeah, that's one way to do it. These go. Ah. I see the error of my ways. More importantly, still eminently changeable. Get the brick separator and try this. I didn't think that would work, but that did. Okay, the brown goes here, the white goes there. Oh, of course you would do it again, okay. Remember when we used to do this with our teeth? Okay, I know. Officially, none of us did this with our teeth, but you know what happened. Yep, cooperative and fight you. Yes. And that's a demonstration of the brick separator. There are no mistakes, just happy accidents, and everything's a teaching moment. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Okay, and then just like before, that goes there. That one goes there. I'm sure I'm building rooms here, and I'm sure only the parts that'll be visible once the ship is together will be in a nice little square tile floor, roomy beds, and then the parts that are hidden will just be bracing and structure. At least that's how I do it. Another other brickman's tips was you need enough support to support your build, but don't overdo it because then you're just wasting expensive brick. I actually went to I'm a museum center member, and I took the opportunity to actually pay for and attend the opening gala of the Brictionary exhibit by the Australian brickman. Got to meet him personally. Cool dude. He said, like a lot of us, Lego got him through the pandemic, and the exhibit was called Brictionary because they essentially took a dictionary and started, making Lego, did a dictionary in Lego, everything. But he also brought us like his giant Seattle Space Needle, and before I said the Sydney Opera House, Grauman's Chinese Theater, complete with an actual showing movie inside. It amazes me how many people ran or just to skim through these amazing builds with incredible detail to them. I'm glad I went back later because, to be quite honest with you, going on a normal day, I got to see it better than I did at the opening gala. As far as seeing the builds and being able to hang around and study them and not feel rushed and cool times, yes. And let's see, we got a free, everybody who attended the gala did get a free Lego kit. It was one of the little, I want to say from maybe the city set. It was like a, you had a choice of either the police car or a off-road vehicle with a little like a park. Not terrible, huge bills, like maybe 150-ish pieces, but hey, as a free gift for attending, why not? And then for some reason, everything up here, and then for some random reason, just 2 bits. Maybe the next part's going to be in their brace, because that's going to be about the same height. Get a more interesting angle. They showed his Saturn rocket, which looks very similar to the commercially available Saturn rocket. Instead of being about 3 feet tall, his went almost to the roof of a extra tall. Up to the ceiling of an extra tall exhibition hall. So, same for the space. Especially was so detailed, and that and this Eiffel Tower, all 3 of those were just awe-inspiring to walk around and gaze at, gaze up, wonder. I'm sure he built them in sections and then used ladders or scaffolds to stack the pieces. They also have, like he has a Falcon and a United Nations helicopter that hangs from the ceiling, and I don't have any qualms about the carabiners used to hold the model up. I'm just wondering, especially for those, are the bricks glued so that nothing, falls off? Or for that matter, for the rest of the installs, are they, glued in sections for, because I'm sure that this exhibition is going to be moving, and they probably want to make it as easy as possible to move it. And again, safety, because like they've already started to warn you, because there are just like rope barriers. Some of the pieces smaller pieces are in glass cases, but the larger ones just have a rope and stanchion around them, and they're, as I said, keep a good step or 2 back from the flimsy barriers. So I'm sure they're learning, and probably by its next city, we'll have something a little bit more substantial. Instead of the next city, because we were, according to the guide, we were in the introductory movie. We are the site of the world premiere for his Pictionary exhibit. Did I miss? I don't think so. Oh, from several steps ago, I wonder where that went. I never did see in the. Oh. Maybe. I forgot to put this on, and I don't even see. Zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Where is this piece hidden? Oh, I'm gonna take this off. Not too big of a damage. Tuck that right there. You probably would have never noticed it, but since I can easily get to it, let's install it. Put this floorboard back down. Back to where we were. Maybe I should stop talking about Lego exhibits and start working on my own. Yes, the world premiere. Those are always, I mean, an honor for your city. This doesn't feel right. It is right, but that doesn't feel right, to me yet. Okay. Again, I'm working on the end that's not supports are going to be real. These things have to be done delicately. Which I'm sure is true, and probably even more true in more classical forms of model building. Lego just provides a really nice modeling platform. It's snapped together. Everybody understands it. It can be nostalgic to your childhood. All kinds of things to make this a fantastic hobby. I think we pretty much mirror it. Yep, mirror it on this side. Something happened in the other corner. Imagine that. Okay. You go there. And then, as expected, center that. It goes there. Just like all the floors below. Let's bring a nice support tower there. Remember seeing that? Yep, there it is. Oh. Okay, 2 of those. 2 of those. And imagine that. The same basic. We built one more of these. I know we built a couple of these by now. 2x1 with a flat end, the ridge one, the regular one. And you won't believe where it's going. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's our stairway. Flank it with those, same as the other 2 floors. But I don't have the whistle pieces this time, but I did caps on those studs. Okay. Use that. Let's use all that. That just leaves, again, randomly, we're gonna Put a little piece of support on this end. And then cap it in the middle. There's a new piece on the back. Here's our new topmost deck and part of the stairway. And back around. 4 more megaphones. Two more of those. These 2 things, yeah. These 4 normal 4x1s. And 2 of those plates. I'll take these 4 and make them 2 by stacking them. These go. And they, ooh, they overhang. Okay. So yes, that overhang is intentional. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 units wide so far. I think the book said it goes up to a maximum of 18, so we got a little bit wider to go. And over here, yep. Well, one stud will be enough to hold a little plate in place. Put them on each end. Oh, I know why those were there like that. Usual ones by the stairs, but we're seeing one on each end this time. Okay. Okay. Use those, use those, use those. Okay. With the outer ridge to the outside. The one with the 2 side connectors. Probably more portholes. Or if I was to put outer skin, something like that. On each side like that. And continue going down these far ends. And then when I want to piece goes over an offset joint, because that helps build stability. Okay. And the last open space gets at the top. Six. For all of those, you go back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. White 1 by 1. Okay. Plate. And the most common seems like 2 brown dots. Actually, no, I'm going to need a total of 4 brown dots. Gray brick, yellow plate. The last of those Z brackets. These 2 things, 2 plates, 3 by 1, and these 4 textured brown bricks. Textured brown bricks. Once and I learned way too late in the Coliseum, the pattern is different on the one side. The one side is just one horizontal scoring. The other in this brick wall has some offset, has 2 layers of 2 bricks in the pattern, one large, one short. In the Coliseum, I figured out way too late. I had turned it the wrong way. I'm like, guess what? My Coliseum's going to have it the opposite texture. I was like, I'm not going back and redoing all those. This time, Dave, pay attention. Now that you know they're different. Okay. Go 2. Put this little dot under the white plate. Easier said than done. Come on, get in there. You must be going on the fight you every step of the way side of the ship. There. Do it again. Somebody getting it just right. Yeah, that's on the help you side of the ship. The other is slightly different because I have a white dot on the bottom as well. I'm going to white on the bottom of the dot as well. Oh, yes, this is going to probably go a lot easier. Maybe. Twist it a little bit to get them lined up. Okay, the ones that don't have the dot on the bottom, the white plate on the bottom go on the outer edges. Like so. And the ones that do go in, offset by a couple, 2, and then since that doesn't, is a lower piece, that plate will take care of that being lower. Come on, this is a nice side. So this is the side that's been the pain in the butt. Okay, texture bricks. Okay, clearly just the simple pattern facing me. Let's go in the gaps here. Let's also help to align those. Yep. Not as important on the inner ones, as you can hardly see the surface. That side of the thing. use those. Those go there. Okay. Rinse, lather, repeat. And then cover that over in the center. And then again, our odd every now and then, add a piece of this side. Another Berkman stress balance on, wonder if it's to keep it all balanced, but that was a part, but okay, the same height. Do a little re-knolling just to get the pieces closer to me. Now that we're down to just a few, put them in there. Now they're all two of those, and two of those. So slightly different. First one, I take one of these, put the short one on this end with the connectors facing me, and then the long one. And the other one, oh, and it does overhang, okay. Got an overhang. The other one goes the opposite way. These are, I've been working on supports cross ship. This is the bracing from on the sides of the ship. And the short pieces go, well, just to turn the ship around. Don't make me turn this boat around. And then that sits on this far outer one. Next, it's a stronger connection here and towards the center. If I could get it lined up. What was I saying about pieces that are only held on by one little brick, one little connector, and pushing hard? This time we're going to turn this way and try to be understanding. Yeah, just because understanding. Okay. There. The teachable moment is to put the stretch this way so you can see what you're doing. The holes go that way. There. That's makes me feel better. Oh, this must be the rest of this. I think this is the clear the rest of your pieces from this bag stack. I think I used 2 of those, 1 of those. I use that. I use 2 of these. I use 2 of those. The brister player doesn't count, and the rest of this is just small fiddle faddle. That I'm sure are, as I said, usually the small bits that give you some extras to work with. Unless, as I said, that this uses those pieces, which I highly doubt. But I'm not going to push them all the way over into the spare parts pile yet. Just in case to do something really weird to me. I do have it turned. This again. Connected on one side again. That's going to be the bane of my existence, this build, I think. Some decks here. There's an. That's satisfying. But we'll see how long that lasts. Okay. Let's mount this on top of this. Put another brick. And that goes right where you thought it would. No surprise there. Build 2 of these. Tuck you under there. Come on, snap. Thank you. Okay. Well, of course they will. Why? Why not on the totally opposite end of the ship? Good. Don't make me turn this boat around. Coming along very nicely, and as I predicted, that's the end of part 6. We have a nice, almost square boxy, one section, but we have our ship coming together. And that is the end of part 7. I'll see you in the next video. It's not Miller time, but I'll have a nice ice cold beverage.